Next sessions appear on your screen, Dr. Rush next week, and then we'll be doing physical well-being with myself the week following on October 18th. I can't believe it's October. And we have plenty more virtual programs for you guys to stay connected with the foundation and to learn more about your journey through Parkinson's disease. This Wednesday, we'll be hosting expert briefing, PD, and medication. What's new? There's many new medications to help improve the quality of life of people with Parkinson's disease. However, people respond to medications differently. What works for one may not necessarily work for another. You can learn about the advances in Parkinson's treatments for motor and non-motor symptoms, that's movement and cognitive symptoms, and where we are on the path to precision medicine. So make sure you tune in this Wellness Wednesday. And today's topic is inspired by my school of training at the School of Positive Transformation. So today's topic will be around mental health. So mental health, everyone's got a different definition for it. Everyone understands it a little bit differently. And today we're really going to be talking about emotions. So in Parkinson's disease, and I think just overall in society today, everyone's a little out of tune, out of touch with how they truly feel. And it is a cultural belief. It's how we're raised. You know, emotions are inconvenient. They can be embarrassing, if you will. And we've just learned to say no to those emotions that don't feel good and praise those emotions that feel really, really good. So I want us to start with a little bit of a journal. So if you don't have that paper and pen, go grab it now. So we're going to be talking today about good emotions and also some of the emotions that are a little bit more challenging for us. So on your paper, we're going to begin our sentence. I know I'm feeling good because when I feel good, I know I'm feeling good because when I feel good, and just write. Keep your pen, your pencil on the paper and just keep writing. Let your stream of consciousness happen. Write gibberish. Whatever comes to mind. I know I'm feeling good because when I feel good, I'm going to give you guys a whole 3 more minutes, which means I want you to make that hand quite tired. I know I feel good when I. And I'm writing with you. Two more minutes. Good. And if you finished writing, that's perfectly fine. For those of us who are continuing, you have 1 more minute. And those of us who are just joining, we are following a journal prompt. The journal prompt starts with, I know I'm feeling good because when I feel good, I. I got a comment from Karen. Karen says, writing is difficult with Parkinson's. Absolutely. There's many things that are difficult when we have Parkinson's disease. And the resilient person would take on that challenge and say, My writing might not look very good. It might be very hard for the hand that does write, but I'm still going to try. If writing is very uncomfortable for you, feel free to type into the chat box or have a stream of consciousness thinking those thoughts. I know I feel good when I'm in just running list. So a couple options. And Phil, I got your comment. Good. So you can finish your last sentence if you're making sentences. I really just made a whole list of things that I do when I feel good. So if you'd like, you can share in the chat some of the things that you do when you know you feel good. So for me, I wrote, I know I'm feeling good because when I feel good, I practice yoga. I know I'm feeling good when I get sleep 6 to 8 hours. 10 is really good. I know I feel good when I am ahead of my tasks at work, which isn't very often because the Parkinson's Foundation has so much to do. I know I feel good when I meet with my mindful groups. So that's every Monday. I always look forward to Mondays. And in previous days, we always laughed because, in the professional world, when you wake up on a Monday morning, some of us don't necessarily feel excited to get to that Monday day. But Mondays are certainly one of my favorite days. I feel good when I feel good when I smile through the tough days. And our chat is moving. Good. I know I can feel good. I know I am feeling good because when I feel good, I can write or laugh at myself. When my eyes don't feel heavy, I know I feel good when my eyes don't feel heavy. Marcy says, I smile more, laugh more. I can do stuff I used to. I know I feel good when I can do stuff that I used to. I know I feel good when I go for a walk, when I am nicer to my husband, when I feel silly and I want to help others. Absolutely. When I can be creative, I know I'm feeling good because when I feel good, I am happy. When I can relax and sit still, sure. Helping others, the greater community, that which is beyond myself. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Linda and Billy, for sharing that. I know I'm feeling good because when I feel good, I smile a lot. That's right. I remember it's Mindful Monday. That's great, Ben. Thank you. I talk to people with empathy and an open heart. I have energy. I'm productive, smile, enjoy my friends, look forward to future events, and appreciate my surroundings. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Brenda writes, I can share with others in wellness and conversations. Beautiful. Thank you, Brenda. So there's many things that we do when we feel good, right? And if you hear some of the things that I just wrote, it's all about other people too. You feel good when you're smiling, which makes other people feel good. And you're helping the community. There were so many people who were talking about engaging in their communities or conversations, doing things for others. When I'm motivated to box, absolutely, Gwen. Right. So every day is not going to be the same day. And I'm asking you guys to share things that make you feel good. You feel good when you're doing this, this, or this, because we're going to talk a little bit about the things you do when you don't feel so good. So the next side of the prompt is on the opposite spectrum. So I know I'm not feeling good because when I don't feel good, I know I'm not feeling good because when I don't feel good, I we have a couple people writing in the chat. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to write in your journal, your piece of paper. I know I'm not feeling good because when I don't feel good, I And those of you who are just joining us, we're doing a journal prompt on the opposite spectrum of the emotion. So we're working now on a prompt that starts with, I know I'm not feeling good, because when I don't feel good, I. Do about one more minute if you're still writing. And feel free to continue writing if you'd like to stick with this prompt. I'm going to share some of the things that you guys are writing to me in the chat. The prompt is, I know I'm not feeling good because when I don't feel good, I withdraw from friends. I worry more. I shake. I don't eat healthy. Yes, last night I had a cookie or 5 or 6 for dinner. I'm a Mr. Grumpy. Yeah, absolutely. I feel depressed. I shake a lot, or I'm very anxious. I know I'm not feeling good because when I don't feel good, I cannot think straight. I stumble and my legs lock up. Everyone is at fault. I walk heavy and my head looks away from others. Yeah, so we literally disconnect your vision, your eyes, and we really pull ourselves away from our friends, our family, the general public. Even you don't even want to look at the pharmacist when you go to pick up your meds. I don't sleep well. I sit more. I don't care to do anything, right? So the apathy piece and Parkinson's disease, I know the care partners and those who are living with PD, you'll see this when your partner or when you are not feeling motivated, you're having a bad day, that apathy really kicks in and it starts to manifest itself through these negative emotions. And I'm hesitant to say the word negative because in life, everything has a spectrum, right? Good, bad, ugly, beautiful. But if we didn't have those harder, more challenging times, moments, experiences, we also couldn't embrace everything that's feels good. So now we're going to jump into our meditation, and I'm going to use the rest of our time together following our feedback from our surveys. So many people are asking for just more time sitting in meditation. So that's what we're going to do today. So get yourself comfortable, do what you need to do to find a seat that works for your body today, because it might be different from yesterday. You can be lying down, you can be sitting upright, you can be leaning back. It just doesn't matter as far as you feel comfortable in the position you've chosen. And so our emotions and feelings can be overwhelming sometimes, and we need to get in control of these areas in order to be productive. Like we see when we feel bad, we're less productive in order to be happy and at peace. And so for today's session, we're going to get a little bit more comfortable with all of our emotions. And as I've said, all our emotions have opposites. And if you only experience one half, your emotional state can get really unbalanced and even unpredictable. So we'll start by sitting down as straight as the spine will allow you to get. Legs crossed or uncrossed, whatever's comfortable in your body today, whatever comfortable with your Parkinson's today, find what works for you. And sit here, feel honored to sit in your body. A little bit of dignity, a little bit of pride right here in the chest, shoulders up, back and down. Beautiful. Deep breath in. Make your ribs and your belly expand, and exhale, let it go. Good. Take a full breath in. Hold for a second, maybe 2. Let that pressure build and let it out very slowly. Good. And another one. Inhale fully, filling your belly like a big balloon. And when you let go, feel your belly start to fall. Good. 2 more. Full breath in, deep breath. And let your body relax as you exhale. Last full breath in. And from here, let yourself breathe naturally, finding the pattern of breath that fits your lung capacity. And let your body breathe on its own, releasing any effort and control. So try not to try here. Let that go. And now remember a time when you felt really joyful about something. It could be something that you've achieved in the past or that you were happy about recently. So find a time in your life, either recent or in the past, that you really felt joyful. And then feel that joy, that emotion, that happiness, that contentment. And then see all the details vividly of you being joyful and happy. What does your face look like? What does your hair look like? What clothes are you wearing? What colors do you see? Or feel, is there warmth? Is there tingling sensations on the skin? Is the heart starting to burst with excitement? And then let that feeling just start to expand. And start to observe where exactly this emotion is located. So oftentimes for me, when I feel joy, it's definitely in my face. The smile is big, the eyes are small, the heart is kind of tingling. I can feel my fingers and toes starting to almost sweat because they're so excited. So where does your joy live in your body or in your heart or in your head? Does it take some sort of shape or color? So pink is the color for me. See lots of pink and blue and purple and this vision of joy. Does it move? Does your feeling of joy move around? Or does it sit still? Really get familiar with all the sensations you're feeling as you acknowledge this memory and experience of joy. Try not to think too much about it. Just observe what's happening in this moment in your body as you start to feel joy flood your being. And take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Relax your focus. And just remember that you can always come back here to this joyful state just by remembering it and feeling it in your body, in your mind. Take another breath in just to embrace this moment. We're going to step into a little bit more of a challenging side of our emotional state, getting familiar with the opposite emotion of joy, sadness, maybe a little bit of despair. Don't worry about being uncomfortable with your feelings and emotions. It's totally normal. Feeling emotions is beneficial in many ways. It's actually our reaction and feeling these emotions that we have the need to escape them. And that's what's causing them to linger for longer periods of time. They become extremely uncomfortable, like the tremor you might have with Parkinson's disease. The more you try to push it away and say, no, I don't want to feel that, or the pain that you live with, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that. Manifesting on this moment of not wanting to feel something actually makes it worse. So just take a few moments and allow yourself to start to remember a time when something really brought you down. We won't stay here long, but think about something that really made you cry or just manifested this strong, sad feeling. Don't be afraid. It's completely normal and harmless feeling. It is a part of the human nature to feel this side of the emotional spectrum. Really feel exactly where this emotion is located for you. This sadness, this heaviness, this ickiness. Where is it? How does it differ in the body as what we just felt through this joyful experience? And so for me, I
I feel tightness around my heart, almost a constriction in my lungs. It's a little bit harder for me to breathe. How does your sadness manifest in your body? Maybe your tremor is starting to pick up a little bit. The eyes might be welting. Does it have a shape or a color? I see almost like black and white, kind of this gray spectrum of color in my vision. Is it moving around? Get familiar with the details of this sadness. Try not to think about anything or do anything with this feeling. Try not to push it away. Fully embrace your resistance. Just observe it, this feeling of despair. Now, notice when you let yourself feel these sad feelings. When you let yourself feel these sad feelings, the energy moves and it lifts, it permeates through the body, through the mind, through the heart. And that starts to permeate into your environment, your life, to your partners, your friends, the people you're around. And then that energy lifts. It begins to balance when you allow the feelings of sadness to be felt. You allow it to be present in your body and your life. And then we bring ourselves right back to that joyful feeling. That moment that you really felt great, really felt happy. The whole state of your body with the power of your mind. Feel it again. Deep breath in. And remember that joyful memory again. Feel the joy start to small and then grow inside of you, seeing all the details of this wonderful memory, the colors, the sensations. And maybe you feel yourself smile. Happiness. And see yourself in this vision or even the story of joy, moving around with excitement. And then remember again where joy is located in your body. If you could pinpoint the sensation in your body that you feel this emotion, where is it? And feel it exactly how it is. It's interesting how easy it is to feel our emotions by just thinking about them. And take a deep breath in and a breath out. And let's have one more breath in. And you can let that breath go. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes if you haven't done so already. Look around, shrug the shoulders, move the body a little bit, move through those emotions that we just allowed ourselves to embrace. Good. So thank you both, all of you who are present here, to take some time to see how easy it is to tap into joy or despair. And then how easy, maybe challenging for you, it was to flip the script. And how was it for you? Was it easy to change? And I'll just highlight that we did do this in the journal prompt. Right at the beginning, I asked you to think of something that you do when you feel good. And then we did something that you do when you don't feel so good. And then we tried to think about that emotion very specifically. I just got a comment that says, I don't wish to sound pretentious, but I do feel every morning joy when I wake up. I don't think that's pretentious at all. I think it's a blessing every morning that we get to open our eyes, right? You're welcome, Kirsty. I appreciate you showing up. Months ago, I led a gratitude practice. And one of the suggestions I offered was Wake up every morning, and before you do anything, before you turn the lamp on, before you step your feet out of the bed, before you take your meds, think of something you're grateful for, and then start your day. So I think this person who wrote me a direct message, that's a great way to start, is waking up and saying, thank you. I'm so grateful to be here today. We've got just a minute left. I'm happy to stick around if anyone has comments or questions. Absolutely, Ben. So Ben shares it's a challenge to flip the switch. It certainly is. And I think, when you're truly in those states of mind versus practicing a mindful meditation behind flipping the script, when you're truly in a moment of despair or truly in a moment of joy, it's very hard to step out of that. The human mind has a tendency to grasp and cling on to the bad things. So it's easier for us to remember, say, a bad doctor's appointment versus a good one. And it's easier to remember that bad time at the family party you had than it is to remember the good time. So just thinking about that, how we tend to ruminate on these negative things and forget about all the good and the joy in our lives. So that's the practice of today, is just to think about how you might be able to flip the script every once in a while to improve not only your own mental well-being, but those who you surround yourself with. All right, everyone. So next week we will have Dr. Taylor Rush, and I'll continue sending emails Sunday and Monday. So Jennifer, you've been told. And I will see each of you with Dr. Rush next week. Everyone have a beautiful, mindful week. I'll see you then.